Hey guys, so I'm back and I'm here bringing you guys this tutorial. It's just all about just how to get really long lashes. I've been doing this for like 10 years, this technique, and it just works for me. I get so many compliments, and so I want to share it with you guys. And because I just love long lashes, but I don't like wearing false lashes. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with like my makeup and stuff, filming my tutorials, because I see that, it's so big to wear false lashes nowadays, but I just don't like them. I love doing them on other people, like my clients. I'm all about lashes, and so I'll put like, the longest, most extreme lashes on my clients, but on myself, I just can't stand just how they feel and everything. So I wanna show you guys this technique, and it's pretty easy, it's just a little different. So if you guys wanna learn, just keep watching. So something super important to keep in mind when you're gonna do this technique is you have to figure out what mascara really works for your eyelashes, what works for you, and what you're trying to achieve. And your type of lashes that you have, whether they're really curly, whether they're super straight, or somewhere in between, something like that. You have to figure all that stuff out. What lash curler is gonna work for you depending on your eye shape, because sometimes I hear like, oh, this curler's really good, like this one's really good, but then I try and I'm like, this is really bad. So you just have to figure out what works for you. I've been using this Revlon one for years and years. They've like changed it the way it looks a little bit, the color and that sort of thing, but I always keep going back to this lash curler. And it's just like I said, it just works for my eye shape really, really good. I was using this one, sorry it's a little dirty, but it's by Tweezerman. I was using this one, and the problem that I have sometimes, and I don't know if you guys have the same problem, is that sometimes lash curlers don't work for me really good for like 3 to 6 months, and then suddenly they just don't. And I just think it's maybe because, I use it every day, just like the shapes, and like the shape just starts kind of like moving or something like that, but that just always happens too. So moving on to mascara, there's another thing. I was using this combination. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous, and this is the L'Oreal False Fiber Lashes. And both of them are waterproof. Both of these mascaras, all I use is waterproof mascara. I was using this combination for like, I don't know, a long time, for years. And I don't know what happened, but my eyelash curler wasn't working, my mascara wasn't working, just everything was a disaster. So I have to stop using them, but these two are amazing. I like this one because the wand is very fine. So what this one does is this one lengthens and separates. But I like them to be a little bit more just thick. So this one thickens and it just makes them look more black. I mean, this one's a really popular mascara, so I'm sure you guys have heard of it. And so when I wanted to switch to another mascara, I went back to this one. This one's the Maybelline, the Falsies Volume Express, and this one's also waterproof. And I just use this one. The other one I would use the gold one first, and then the other one. And then so now I just use this one. This one's really amazing. This one's just everything that I've ever wanted. I'm like, why did I even stop using this? But I don't know. I just go through like phases every like so often. Well, the reason why I use waterproof mascaras is because my eyelashes are not super straight, but they're not super curly. So what was happening to me when I first started using is that I would curl my eyelashes, I would put on my mascara, and then they would just fall. And they would be really long, but you couldn't see them. They would just be like straight. So I was like, what the hell is going on? So I started using waterproof, and it just solved the problem. So let's get started. Every time I start with my makeup, I always start with my lashes, always. I always make sure that I go all the way to the root, and the way I do it, let me zoom in for you guys. So I always go all the way to the root, and see how I just go like this because it pushes the eyelash curler in, and it makes sure that it goes all the way in. So I press down several times, and it's obviously not where I want it yet, but I start moving on up. So I press all the way to the root, then I move away a little bit, and I move away, and I just keep pressing. And I always go back to the root because I want to make sure that they are well and standing up. But just so they're not square, I make sure that I keep going all the way to the end. And something that really helps me is by holding my mirror down. And so I look at my lashes like, you know, through the bottom. Sorry if this is kind of hard to understand. But I mean, if you want to do this, like, you have to do it this way. Otherwise you can just curl them like just normally, just do one or two and then just whatever. But this is just gonna leave you with really, really long looking lashes. And if you feel like you curled it too much, all I do is I just pull up my lash. Okay, so we don't lose any of the curl. What I do is I just immediately curl that and immediately go in with my mascara. And again, I'm gonna hold the mirror from the bottom, like this. And I'm just gonna curl and make sure I wiggle it around, and I make sure that I get every single lash. So I go from the bottom of the lash, and then I just go once at the top. Bottom of the lash, once at the top. And then what I do is I close my eyes, or my eye, and then that makes sure that I get the top, or the ends of the lashes. And see the difference? See how like crazy that is? And don't worry, if you get all that stuff, which I always do, don't even worry, we're gonna take care of that. So let's move on to the next eye. Okay, let's do the other eye. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm sorry, it's like awkwardly close, but it's just better. So I go in like this, and this is how I'm gonna get, and I lift it just a tiny bit, just because I really just wanna get in there. And I go out, okay? Okay, and like I said, this is gonna take more than one time, so just continue. I do this every morning. So the more you do it, the faster it'll be. And all I'm doing is I'm just looking down, like I'm just showing you guys like the process, but the way I'm doing it here is I'm just like, I keep looking down, and my mirror is below my eye, like below my eye level. Okay. See, and the more you press it at the root, the more standing up they're gonna be. You're gonna get full use of your entire lash. That's why you get them so long. Again, I'm grabbing my mascara, holding the mirror down, looking down. Get the entire lash, starting from the bottom, from the root. Make sure you get the whole thing, and then once you feel like you've gotten the whole thing on the root, you start getting the inside and the top of the eyelashes. See, I close my eye, and then I just go in, getting the very tip of the lash. I don't know if this seems a little excessive for you guys, but I don't use false lashes, so I like to make sure that my eyelashes stay the longest possible. And another thing that I don't do, that it's important that you know, I'm gonna fix them, I always fix them with my nails, is don't comb them through with like just like a regular comb, like eyelash comb, because when you do, it takes off the mascara. Like it'll just take it right off. Bottom lash a little bit. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab the eyelash curler upside down like this. This is how I'm holding it. I'm gonna go in and curl my bottom lashes. So I'm kind of pushing with the top of the eyelash curler. I'm pushing in a little bit, not too much, and I'm grabbing my lashes. You should just practice at this. I've been doing this for a very long time. Be careful because you can pinch the bottom of your skin. And then I do it on the other side. And the reason why I like to do this is just because just how you curl your eyelashes to the top, this will curl them to the bottom. And see how they already look longer? And you don't have to do it as long. You can just do like, you know, just 2 curls and then that's it. Let me zoom you out. So I'm not gonna do the mascara on the bottom yet. We're gonna move on and do the rest of the makeup. So remember how I told you guys we were gonna take care of all that like mascara we got there? So all I do is I use like Q-tips like this. These are just like cosmetic ones, or you can just use like the regular ones. And this is the makeup remover that I use. This is the CVS brand, but you can, this is like the copy of the Neutrogena one. This is just the one that I use. So all I do is obviously I'm gonna shake it, and then I'm gonna get just a tiny bit of product. Like you don't wanna get too much, because you don't wanna make it too wet that it's gonna run, and then once you put your eyeshadow, it's gonna stay a little greasy. So all I do is I go in and then just clean it up. And then it just comes right off. Like that. And then just like that. So that's pretty much it. So now I'm gonna move on to do my eyes. Now let's go with our bottom lash. And do not even worry if you get some mascara. It's so easy to clean up. So see how long my bottom lashes look? And that's because I curled them. So every time I do that, now at the very end, like after I do my bottom lash, I'm always going to apply more mascara on the top lash. And that is simply because when I do my eyeshadow, there's gonna be some powder getting onto my eyelashes, so it's gonna lose its blackness. And like I said, if you get some mascara anywhere, we can always go back and clean it up once it's dry. It's so easy. And as lipstick, I'm gonna be using MAC Honey Love. And as lip gloss, I'm gonna be using NARS Greek Holiday. And this is the final look. So I hope you guys learned a lot. See how long my eyelashes look? And this might not be for everyone, but if you like long lashes and you know, not really wearing falsies, so you know, I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you learned a lot. And if you have any requests, like I always say, please leave them down below and I will do them as soon as I can. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you.